Hello and welcome to Alumni Stadium here on Senior Night as Braintree and Walpole getting set here for this one. But of course, first it is Senior Night. Mike Wasser bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV. We'll have the introduction of all the seniors first before this game starts. Then we'll pause as the two sides will get ready for the start of this game. But Braintree is going to have their seniors recognized prior to this game. Looks like they are just about ready to introduce the seniors. First, they're going to give the Walpole seniors flowers, as is the customary process here at the high school level. All the Walpole seniors getting flowers from the Braintree side. Head coach Pantiri and his team ranked inside of the top 10. They've had so many games this year that have come down to the wire here at home against the top teams in the state. Just haven't been able to get the final result from that game, but hoping here against Walpole to pull off a victory on their final home game. So first for Braintree. The first Braintree senior to be recognized, Megan Matheny. Braintree has 9 seniors listed. And now it's going to be number 22, Maddie Devers. We'll see if Braintree starts all their seniors. That also is kind of customary in a lot of the high school games, at least to start. Might not play the entire first half, but a lot of the times you see them start the game. Next up for Braintree, one of their top goal scorers, number 5, Caitlin Nugent. Next up for Braintree, number 7, Jackie Gravel.
When they block again, try to get that shot again. That was really good. On your shot now. Our next senior is Audrey Ormsby.
Next up for Braintree is one of their goalies, number 00, Audrey Ormsby. Now on defense, number 11, Victoria Barry. Next up for the Braintree seniors, number 9, Sophia Rotundo. Another one of the Braintree multi-sport athletes, key part of the Braintree basketball team, just like Ormsby is. Now for Braintree number 13, Francesca Mazzini, also a key part of the Braintree basketball program. Braintree with 9 seniors on this team, and a lot of them playing a key role. And last but not least for Braintree, number 12, Maya Ranieri. Another key piece of this Braintree team. One of their leading weapons on offense. Also a part of the Braintree basketball team as well. And of course, 4 of these Braintree seniors are captains: Barry, Mazzini, Nugent, and Ranieri. All captains. 4 out of the 9 seniors are captains for this Braintree team. Head coach Ryan Pintieri and his team with 9 seniors, most of which play a key role in this team, and they're expected to hopefully have a long postseason run, as Braintree again ranked inside of the top 10 and as high as 6 so far in the MIA rankings. Braintree again has had a couple of tough draws this season. Also had a couple of 1-goal losses that could have gone either way, and of course, had they gone their way, they would have pushed them up in the standings. They have a big tilt against Needham on Thursday at their field that will be against the number 1 seed, number 1 ranked team right now in the state. That'll be a big one for Braintree. If they could somehow pull off a victory in that one, that would really help bolster their ranking. If you're new to the way the ranking system works, it's based on strength of schedule and, of course, how you do against the more talented teams. And if you do well against the talented teams, it doesn't really reflect that poorly, even if you lose the game, as long as you can keep it close. But it does penalize you if you play against weaker opponents and don't beat them handily. That's the one downside to the way the ranking system has been created. I think they're actually talking about trying to change that a little bit in basketball, trying to alter a 10-point victory to a 6-point win, but we will see how that all shakes out. So the senior ceremony has concluded. They're getting a picture over right around midfield from photographer BK. And we are getting ready for the start of this game momentarily. We'll be back for the start of this one between Braintree and Walpole shortly, and I'll have the coverage in a little while. Welcome back to Alumni Stadium here at Braintree High School. Again, senior night. 9 Braintree seniors recognized prior to today's contest and all starting, just as I thought may happen, including in goal, as Ormsby getting the start in goal. Of course, Whalen, the Braintree usual goalie, may come in at some point, but it is Ormsby starting, along with the other 8 seniors. So Braintree with Barry, Dever, Gravel, Matheny, Mazzini, Nugent, and Ranieri and Rotundo as their 9 seniors prior to today's game, getting flowers for their excellence during the course of their time here with this team, and of course for being such a big part of this Braintree team as a senior now and a leader. As this one is out of play, and the call will be for a goal kick. Against Braintree going on the other side, it'll be Terziska. That one is sent out and bouncing out to the 40-yard line, as Braintree now trying to head it forward, as this one moved right back into the middle of the field. That one pops up close to a handball, but nothing called as Ranieri trying to thread the pass through. Looking to get it up ahead for Dever, who's had a couple of early touches. Braintree's most recent victory coming on Saturday afternoon, a 4-0 non-league victory over Archie's and the school here in Braintree, Archbishop Williams. This one's back out towards midfield, picked up by Barry. Barry trying to maneuver the ball down the far sideline as Braintree gives it away. Braintree with multiple layers there, trying to slow down the attack. Looking at the Braintree schedule moving forward. And I talked about the important game coming up on Thursday. On the road against number 1 seed, number 1 ranked Needham. That'll be on Thursday at 6 o'clock at Memorial Field. And then Braintree with a road game on Monday against Milton, before finishing the season at home here at Braintree on Wednesday at 4 o'clock against Plymouth North. So Braintree with 4 games left on the schedule, 2 home, 2 road. As the ball is right around the midfield mark, and Braintree trying to get off a scoring chance here early. This one dumped in towards the keeper, who picks it up just in time. So Braintree currently listed at number 6 as far as the rankings are concerned, at 6-3-5 with a rating of 4.11, just behind number 5 Concord Carlisle at 4.15 rating. But again, Braintree facing number 1 Needham on Thursday, 11-2-1 on the season. Braintree lost to them here at their home turf earlier in the year by a score of 1-0. And Needham ranked at 5.08. Number 2 is Bishop Feehan. Number 3, Wellesley. Number 4, Natick. And those are both teams that Braintree had faced and lost by 1 goal. Wellesley and Natick. So Braintree with Plymouth North left on their schedule. They're ranked at number 19 at 7-5-2. Milton listed, actually not listed inside of the top 30. Actually, Milton listed in Division 2. They're actually ranked number 8 in Division 2 at 4-6-4. Of course, because they play a very difficult schedule in Division 1. As this one's cleared out to midfield. Braintree pounds that one back forward. Ranieri really was a great asset to the team in their last game. Not that she's not always, but really played a strong game in Braintree's most recent game against Wellesley. Braintree is on the wrong side of that 1-0 defeat. They really did outplay Wellesley pretty much the entire game. Just gave up one in the final 5 minutes, which is very unfortunate not to at least get a tie from that game. Played back to the defense of Kelly, the freshman. And now lifted ahead by Mazzini and picked up by the... now the goal is empty as the keeper is hurt. And this is not a good sight, as we are going to go to a break in the action in a scoreless contest with an injury on the field.
You can go to Walpole second. Right after that shake. Go to the group of all of the Braintree players now. Yep. That's an earthquake out there? Hand down just a little bit. Yeah, no, off a little bit.
Back here after the injury, goalie for Walpole had to be helped off the field with the help of the cart. Not a good-looking injury. Hoping the best for the player. The Timberwolves have had to make a change in goal as they bring in their backup goalie, McMahon. This one's cleared back out. And Barry dumps it forward. And a quick test for McMahon, who grabs it on a hop. Always tough to see an injury. You never want to see an injury. That's Braintree coming barreling over the top. That's Ranieri. Nugent plays it back. And now it's chipped down the sideline. This ball's going to make its way out of bounds. Throw in deep on the Walpole side of the field. As Mazzini able to keep the ball in play with the header. As now it ricochets out of bounds and a throw-in. Braintree actually tied Walpole 1-1 earlier in the year. That was back at the end of September. So about a month later, under a month later, playing each other for the second time. That one knocked away from the oncoming player Bingham, who is their top weapon. Number 20 in white. Trying to move that one forward is Rotundo, as this one deflects back, shy of midfield. And deflected again. Braintree is able to clear it over their midfield mark. See if they can get a good run down the field now. Braintree again with all 9 seniors starting here to begin this game. Ranieri has that one deflect a little bit too far out of the oncoming Rotundo. Right in the middle of the field. As it's picked up by Nugent. Back to the far side of the field. As losing it was Rotundo, but it was whistled for being knocked out by the visitors. Walpole called for knocking that one out. Looked like it was off Braintree, but the home team gets the call. Wearing the home blue uniforms today. Taking a shot now, and this one goes wide. About 9 minutes in now to this first half. Near sideline and mishandled. As that one given up by the defense of White, who could not make a play. As this one is loose for the taking. Able to head that one forward is Dever. Deflected back to midfield, scooped up by the Braintree defense, and played right back down the field, but out of the reach of anybody coming in to make a play. A little short kick, which ends up carrying a little further than it looked. As now moving it forward, and this is a talented player with the ball. Trying to get it up the field, but Braintree able to hold their ground. Anytime number 20 in white has the ball, you're going to hold your breath a little bit. I believe she scored that goal in the game at Walpole earlier this season. So the Timberwolves coming into today's game at 1-3-3. Pretty crazy to think. That's not an updated record. That was the record at the time of that game. Now heading into today's contest, they're 3-5-6. That sounds more accurate. As Braintree gets the deflection they're looking for. Here's the opportunity, crossed by Rotundo, and Dever could not get a foot on it. That was as good of a chance as Dever's going to see here in this game. Just could not get a piece and deflect it to the far post. So 3-5-6 Walpole. They played a lot of close games, obviously by those 6 draws. Braintree with 6 wins, 3 losses, and 5 draws. And ranked number 6 in the state is Braintree. Looking across, and this one cleared out of bounds instead for a Braintree throw-in. 28 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first half in a scoreless contest. Braintree now going to get a corner. Multiple players in front of the keeper. As this one is going to be bent wide, not really a good corner, taken by Braintree. Quintiliani generally the one that takes those corner kicks, not on the field. Played right back up the field as it deflects back to the defense of Kelly, who tries to jump back into the play. And we're going to have a foul on Walpole. We haven't had many fouls here in this first half. "27 minutes on the dot remaining here in this first half. Barry set to take the free kick. As the home side trying to jump in front. Good looking ball. Sent right in a very headable spot, but sent wide. It's a rare mistake there by Nugent, who really was unmarked. French has made a change up front as Morse enters the game. So it deflects to the sideline. Another deflection. And another Braintree throw-in. More changes upcoming. Francis back into the game. Braintree moving some of their seniors out one by one. Just about 15 minutes in to this first half of play. Dangerous goal kick that almost Braintree was able to get in front of, and it's going to be a throw-in instead. Mazzini looking for somewhere to go with it. Goes towards the foot of Francis, who had the ball knocked away, and then it's cleared out to the 35, where Braintree trying to shift gears and go to the opposite side of the field, where it was neatly passed, and then the next touch could not get it over to Francis. 50-50 ball. Braintree has it for the moment. Still trying to move it up the field, and it's forced back out. Down the far side of the field, Braintree knocks it out of bounds, and a throw-in for the visitors. Not really many good chances here early in this game. But Braintree hoping that changes soon because really need to beat this Walpole team. You want to move up into the top 5. Braintree's going to need some strong work this week. As this one is forced up the field, defense back. And knocking it out of bounds just inside of the midfield mark.
There's a throw on the far side.
Picking this one up is Ranieri, trying to go somewhere with it. Cuts it back, and now looks to the far side of the field. Nicely passed. Francis could not slow it down at first, but able to keep the ball in play. Now looking across. Gets it in that direction. Morse is inside the 18. That one deflects. Braintree trying to get a good, clean shot off. Ranieri cuts back to a dominant foot. Releases the right-footed shot, and a save is made. Really strong shot there. As Ranieri with more of the same from that last game we saw here at home. Good solid cutback to open up that right foot. As now Bingham trying to get involved in the other direction. The talented senior on the other side for head coach Peter Sammons. Ladled here to the near side, and here's Kelly with the head of steam. Trying to thread the pass for Morse, and that one right on target. Morse ahead of the pack. Trying to cross it, and it was blocked away. Now making the pass, chipped inside. It's loose inside of the 18, and a couple of players trying to get a foot on that, including Rotundo, who was right nearby. Braintree wanting to get another substitution. Quintiliani set to check in shortly. Braintree flicks it into the 18, getting right back towards it again. Francis has been heavily involved here early. Releasing another shot and another save as Ranieri lets go another laser. Backup goalie again, McMahon, has had to be forced into action with the tough injury to the starting goalie. And Braintree has since sent a lot of shots in her direction. Ball was loose for a moment, and now a 50-50 challenge right inside midfield, and it's going to be a possession in Braintree's favor. More changes upcoming. Rotundo coming off, and Quintiliani coming in. Not much on that header from Ranieri, as it's deflected towards the sideline. Pretty good size Braintree student section cheering on their team. Beautiful night for a game. This one started just after 6 o'clock. Temperature right around now is just under 60 degrees.
On those far side throws, you can get pretty soon.
Braintree, another shot taken, and this one is sent just wide. And right now, Ranieri is not passing out shots. Had that one from 35 yards out, and the goalie's got to be on heavy alert.
They still look fine.
Braintree again looking for the loose ball. Trying to steal that one away as that one deflects off of Braintree and out of bounds. Halfway through this first half. 20 minutes remaining here in the first half of a scoreless game. To the far side it goes, and the signal will go towards the keeper spot. It'll be a goal kick. Braintree now trying to make the pass that Morse is going to really have to hustle after. And it does make its way out of bounds, and a goal kick upcoming. Braintree with more changes. Ranieri and Jones coming in. Younger sister of Maya, it is going to be Michaela coming in. Sophomore forward. Mazzini gets in front of it and trying to make the pass for Ranieri, who just checked in moments ago. To the middle of the field it goes, deflected. And that one pops back to the 20, where Braintree cannot get that next touch. Walpole now trying to spread the field, and they have an opportunity down the field. One-on-one race with the loose ball. Bingham cuts it back. Bingham slides it across. Here is a scoring opportunity. And Ormsby makes the save, rebound, and the ball's still loose, and somehow it is cleared. Braintree makes the save as Ormsby was challenged. And that is a very, very good scoring chance. That is the goalie's worst nightmare, is a 1-on-0 at the goalie. But making the save on two different situations there, that initial save really cut the angle down. That was nice by Ormsby, who hasn't seen the field much this year, but makes a very, very important save early in the game. That was by far the best scoring chance of this game. You would hope that Braintree starts to find a little bit of rhythm here, because it is senior night. I know you want to get the seniors in the game, but you do have to think about the importance of winning this game right now. You don't want to get down. To give credit to Walpole, though, they had a good rush up the field that time. That pass to the outside, the speed. Again, Bella Bingham, the senior and captain. See if Braintree can create a chance at the other end. Goalie coming out, and McMahon makes the save just in front of Jones, who was charging towards that ball. Just over 16 minutes left here in the first half. Still a scoreless game. Cutting it back, Mazzini makes the pass. Now trying to get it back. Still trying to cut through the defense, and is cleared back out to midfield. Neatly slowed down by Barry. Chipped to the far side. Oncoming Clawher. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Nice pass, middle of the field. Mazzini looking across. Here's Braintree inside of the 18, had it muscled away. And now a scoring lane. Mazzini still looking to get off a shot. Braintree still looking to get off a shot, and none were finally taken. Multiple players with a chance to shoot it, and now it is shot towards the sideline, and it's out of bounds for a corner. I think the player that had the best scoring chance there for Braintree was Mazzini. Had it on her right foot, surprisingly did not shoot it. As Braintree wants a substitution to get Ranieri back in this game. Obviously, a very important offensive threat for Braintree to get back on the field. Here is the corner. It's there in the middle. Jones had a pinball backwards, And now it's sitting there for two Braintree players, none able to get off the shot. Nugent was hoping to release with the right foot, but could not get a shot away. Barry now trying to slide the pass across. That one deflected, and it will be another Braintree throw-in. 14-20 left here in the first half. Still no score. Bay State Conference matchup here between Braintree and Walpole, the Womps and the Timberwolves. Nugent sends it middle. Goalie was out of the goal, and Braintree sends the shot to the far post, and it was wide. Ball still inbounds, though, as they look to get off another shot. Here's the shot, and it was loose, and somehow stayed out. How did that not go in? And I think they're going to call offside here. That initial shot hit the crossbar and was hard to tell from our vantage point if it had gone in. And now, of course, concern with the player barreling towards the post. And now we have another injured player down on the field. With 13:43 to go, we're going to have a stoppage.
Dave, can you go to the Braintree team? No, just stay here for a while.
And now they are going to overturn this to a goal. I thought that that was what happened. That was actually what I had seen live. I had thought the initial shot went in. It hit the crossbar, popped down, but it definitely looked very, very close. From our vantage point, we don't have a down-the-line camera or a down-the-line view, but that certainly looked to be in from my view, and I can understand why Walpole is frustrated here. I mean, obviously they're an underdog heading into this game, and that is a very tough call to go against. You're wondering why the Braintree bench was so happy, but they are going to, for the time being, call it a 1-0 Braintree advantage. That was really an interesting call because live, there was no call, and at first it looked like the referee had called offside, but if that initial shot was in, maybe the offside was wiped away. I really have a loss of words here. You almost never see that either, where the goal wasn't called specifically live and then they call it one. I mean, it's not like the referees have replay to look at, and now this is even more surprising that the referees are talking with the entire Walpole team. I mean, at this point, what are we talking through? I mean, I can understand that they're not happy that the goal is awarded here, but the players don't really have a say in if it's overturned or not. I'm just really not understanding what's going on here. If the referee's going to call it a goal, I guess that's what has to stand, but I can understand the Walpole frustration.
You're 100% sure. Can you get a shot of the Walpole coach? I laid in the grave, yeah.
And I don't really blame. It's not even the head coach right now that's irate. It's the assistant coach, Karen McCarthy, down on the sideline that is really laying into the referee. Obviously can't hear exactly what she's saying, but I'm sure not saying too many positive things towards the referee who has given Braintree the 1-0 lead. And now this game can't continue until the referee goes back onto the field, and he has now made his way there. So as much as, obviously, this is an access studio here in Braintree that just really don't have much to say in that situation. I mean, I can certainly feel both sides of that. Braintree, of course, ecstatic to get the goal, but you can understand that Walpole feels slighted in that situation, and I can kind of see both sides. I'm not even going to try and take either side because just way too close in either situation. But it was just such a weird play because there was an injury on the play. I think that all factored into it, that maybe it was ruled a goal and nobody just knew because it was an injured player that was Ranieri down who crashed into the goalpost. So just so much going on in that play to unpack. But the score reads 1-0 Braintree, and that's where we stand. Here with 12:45 left. And Braintree's going to get a foul called in their favor. I guess if anything, if you are a Walpole fan, you just hope that this game does not end 1-0 because, of course, you're going to think back to that one goal that was given up. But, of course, the one goal does make a difference in a game. I mean, no matter how you cut it, I don't think anybody's going to be happy. Braintree sends the free kick away, a low liner, and that one made its way through, but just wide of the goal. Nugent somehow was able to split that through everybody. Picked up at midfield. Braintree now with a 1-0 lead. And another foul. And that is Bingham with the contact. And I expect to see a lot more physical play in this one. Off the free kick, sent inside towards the 18. Braintree challenging, and they're going to be called for a foul. I think this one's going to be much tighter moving forward. Everything that could be called a foul is going to be called a foul, I think, now. With the threshold that was put on display here in this first half. Down the far side of the field. And it is a Braintree throw-in and a substitution, too, as Francis wants to come in here for the final 10 minutes. And I guess now is the question, who scored the goal for Braintree? Because there was so much going on in that situation. Down the sideline it goes, and out of bounds. It's going to be a Walpole throw-in right in front of the Braintree bench. We'll see if Walpole can use some of that energy that they felt slighted by in their advantage. Kelly was backtracking there as Braintree now has 2 players against 1, and Bingham was double teamed and lost the ball. As Braintree is tripped up. That was one of their defense and captains, Molly White. As Braintree goes short with it. Nugent. Couple of moves, trying to get and cross it. Able to send it across. Not cleared away, though, as Barry jumps in. Barry sends it middle of the 18, and that one a little bit too hot to handle for Jones, who tried to head that one towards goal. As it's cleared back out all the way past midfield, and in the direction again of Bingham, who's been pretty much the only source of offense, or at least starting any of the offense for them. Obviously, she wasn't the one that had that shot right in front, but she set it up.
I think there's a throw in right by the goal.
7:45 remaining here in the half. Braintree holding a 1-0 lead. Braintree now gets to it, looking across. That one deflects out of bounds. Nearing the halftime break, 7 minutes away from halftime. Yeah, we're going to see a timeout. So a timeout on the field. Here with 7 minutes left in the first half. A 1-0 Braintree lead. And we will return for the end of this first half. Coming out of the timeout, Braintree gets a good opportunity, but that one stopped. So still a lot of time left here in this half, as Braintree trying to put another one on the board before halftime. Ball loose as Francis trying to cut it outside. And this one now sent all the way to the far side of the field for a Braintree throw-in. Braintree holding a 1-goal lead with 6 minutes to go. Here in the first half of play. And the two sides played earlier the year. And it was a 1-1 draw at Walpole. Braintree on the right side of a 1-0 lead now. And then White comes in with the full arm shove and no foul. Didn't even go for the ball there. Sure, a lot of that has to do with the frustration of that goal that was allowed. And I expect to see a lot more physical play in this game. Play was kept on side apparently, and now Braintree down the field. Here's Ranieri going toe-to-toe with the defender. Ranieri ahead and sends the shot high and over the crossbar. Another chance created by the speed of Ranieri, who has been one of the top players on the field for Braintree in this game yet again. Final 4.5 minutes. As Braintree is knocked off the ball, Francis trying to come back in and do the same. Near sideline, and that one going towards the edge of the field, and it was out of bounds. Braintree heads that one out to the 40 and can't go any further. A lot of contact there as both players go down. Neither side gets a call in their favor, and now it's Morse able to chest it down. Morse cuts it middle. Cuts it back, trying to get her right foot open. And this one is sent back out. And Bingham ahead of the pack as Braintree plays it back to their goalie instead. Not a great clear, but the defense able to help out as it's on the far side of the field now and stretched out to midfield. Final 3 minutes now here of this first half in a 1-0 game in Braintree's favor. Picked up at the 45 as Braintree trying to use the middle of the field. Up the field it goes. Long run for Morse, and the goalie comes out. McMahon able to grab it. Dangerous couple of touches, but it's the goalie's ball. And then this one deflects back towards the goal as Ormsby in some trouble and able to track it back down. That was a dangerous play by Ormsby. Not really sure why she kicked it. I thought she should have just picked it up. Initial save, she should have picked it up. As this one, a great kick from her. As we are under 2 minutes left in the half. One final substitution. Braintree getting McDonough into the game for the first time. Final minute or so as the tough challenge And again, Braintree escapes with the ball. Here's Ranieri again, and Ranieri sending a little bit too much on it for a couple of shot attempts here in this half. Got to take some off of that. Another 10 yards out, it's probably a good shot. But from that close, you need to take some off of it. Looking to the far side of the field now. Looking to cut it back, Quintiliani. Let's see if Braintree has one more scoring chance left of him here in the half. Braintree jumps right back in. That was not a good cutback by Kakas. Sometimes that extra touch or two can be the difference between giving the ball away or moving it forward. In that case, Braintree got the steal. As Ranieri wanted a shot and tries to shoot it, but the player's leg was in the way. And a foul called on Braintree. And understand, obviously, she kicked her leg. I mean, I understand the foul, but in that spot, her foot was literally right next to the ball. Right in the lane of the shot attempt. Braintree now trying to exit. And the pass, as Ranieri again the intended target, and the defense just clears to the sideline. Probably the final chance for Braintree here in the half. They're going to have to move. And we aren't going to see another play. That's halftime. So 40 minutes in the books. Walpole obviously feeling slighted here in the half as they trail 1-0 on a tough goal to give up. And Braintree happy to have the lead, but obviously a lot of work to do as we head to halftime. We'll be back for second half action here on BCAM TV as we continue our live stream broadcast of senior night here at Braintree High School between Braintree and Walpole. We'll be right back.
Are we clear? I have to go to the bathroom. Do you mind covering for, like, if I don't get microphone news? Dave's killing me. Oh my god, I can't think straight. Because I don't know what the bathroom situation is. Do you know, Mike?
Welcome back here to Alumni Stadium as we're ready for second half action. Braintree with a 1-0 lead over visiting Walpole. So we are underway here in the second half. Here on senior night. A lot of the Braintree seniors now out of the game. But Braintree has looked like they have awarded their senior goalie, Ormsby, to stay into this game after that huge save she made earlier in the first half. As Braintree trying to clear. And now the shot taken, looking for a handball, as this one is deflected back out to midfield. Multiple players back for Braintree as they double team. And now it is cleared back down the field by Braintree. Looking ahead for the forwards as it's played up ahead of the pack and cut back by Ranieri. Ranieri tripped up. And then that one deflects off the head of the defender as Barry took a shot up high. Seeing a handful of injuries here in this game. Of course, you never want to see any injuries, but concussion, of course, a big concern with anything up around the face. As Braintree's able to muscle it back out to the 45 as they try and use their speed on the far side. That was Morse over there. Dished out here to midfield. Getting back in the play, Clawher looking up ahead as that one takes a deflection. And not a great clearing attempt. Braintree throws it inside. And the signal is for a goal kick. Cleared out. And setting this one towards the sideline as Braintree jumps in front of it. And they get a throw out of it. Good play by Mazzini. Clawher throws it in towards the 18. It takes a Braintree bounce. Jones touched it too far. As Nugent sends it right back in. And now it sits there for Francis. Cuts it outside. Braintree looking to release a shot. Could not get one away. Nugent trying to let off a shot, instead passes, and that's too far, and that's out of bounds. Cleared back out as far as the 45, and then a chance here on the far sideline, but Braintree jumps right back in and gets the takeaway. Looking for a little give and go down that sideline. Good run up the field, but it'll be picked up by the keeper. And the backup goalie, McMahon. Deflected ahead. And now back into the Braintree defensive end. Back up ahead by Barry. And right back down the field by Clawher. McMahon chips it out. Doesn't go very far. That one takes a bounce off the back of Mazzini. Ranieri cuts it back. And along the sideline, ball kept in bounce by Jones. Braintree back up the field it goes. Here's Morse coming after it. And the goalie's able to make the stop. Another short goal kick. Braintree would really like an insurance goal here in the second half, just with a 1-goal advantage now. That one's deflected out of bounds. Braintree throwing now. Deep on their own side of the field. .34 minutes to go in this one, as Braintree will keep moving it down the field with another throw-in. Time to cash in on one of these chances. Trying to flick that one in on goal. And again, McMahon is there. On the far side, Braintree again bringing a double team. Every time Bingham gets near the ball, Braintree putting 2 players on her. As it's sent outside, and the defense has to clear it out of bounds. Thrown in towards the 18. Braintree will clear it. It will go for another throw-in, though. Braintree chips it out to midfield, but stepping in front of it is the Walpole defense. Nobody back there for the home side, as Braintree now challenges and almost giving it away, as it's forced right back up and right back over midfield. Going down with the contact, no call. And they called it tight back in the first half, but seen a couple of calls let go here in the second half so far. 31:45 left. 1-0 Braintree. One knocked away, and now an opportunity up the field. If they can get it there, but Braintree jumps in front of it and takes it away. That was Barry jumping in defensively, as now Jones trying to move it up the field, cannot. 2 players against 1, and it is given away to Clawher. Clawher has it deflect middle, and now moved up the field by Ranieri. Pass too far in front for Morse. Braintree trying to do a little bit too much there. Just make the right pass. Just go a little bit shorter with it. Looking for the home run instead of just the single or the double there. Braintree continuing to challenge every time. Back Back into the teeth of the defense, and now Walpole having an opportunity here as the shot to the back post, and not much on it. Would have expected a little bit more velocity behind that one. That was as good of a chance as Walpole could have asked for in that spot, but really didn't end up being a great shot after it's all said and done. This one deflects out of bounds. And first substitutions. Now a Braintree throw-in. Nice line drive throw down the sideline. Chipped down the sideline by Morse as Ranieri now runs into the defender. And the goalie will send it away. McMahon getting ready to size this one up and sends out a low pooch kick. Down the sideline, long run, and this one makes its way out with the touch of the Braintree defense. 29 minutes left in this game, 1-0 Braintree's lead. Played a lot of low-scoring games, a lot of tight one-goal games. So Braintree in very familiar territory here. And that one is out of bounds, and the signal is for a goal kick. Home side gives it away. Walpole's best chance of the game came in the first half on a partial breakaway that Ormsby was able to make 2 staves on. Braintree's goal coming on kind of an odd play and still undecided on which one actually went in. Was it the initial shot that hit the crossbar and went down, or was it the one right next to the far post? As Braintree deflects it ahead, here's Ranieri. Ranieri trying to chip it ahead, and that pass just out in front of the oncoming Morse. Braintree looking like they're going to go to the bench here as Rotundo going to make her way in. One of the 9 Braintree seniors recognized prior to today's contest. Chip back ahead and cleared up in the air, but not cleared very far. Nice little pass as this one spins back for Nugent. Cuts it through, shot taken, and they shot that one a little bit too soon. Did get a shot on goal, but Braintree had a 3-on-2 and had a little bit more space in the middle of the field if they wanted it. Nice pass outside. Cut back. As Braintree trying to make the long pass up the field, and instead it's cleared out of bounds. So Quintiliani coming back in alongside Rotundo. That one deflects off Braintree and out of bounds. 26-15 left here in a 1-goal game. Braintree shutting out currently Walpole. 2 sides played a 1-1 draw just under a month ago at Walpole High School. Big battle just inside of the 50 as Braintree somehow escapes with the ball. Here's an opportunity up the field if they can get that next touch. There's some room there They do get the touch outside. Braintree starting to move it across neatly. A player wide open in front. Can they get it there? The shot! They score! And Braintree able to send it home with the left-footed shot to make it a 2-0 lead. So Braintree has gone ahead by a 2-goal margin. A beautiful executed rush up the field by Braintree. It all started on the outside. Talked about if they could get it outside. That one extra pass would get them that open space. And Braintree has now a 2-goal advantage with 25 minutes left. Braintree would like to have a third goal. That's the threshold that gives you that margin of victory I was talking about earlier in the broadcasts. Every sport has one, and in soccer it's 3 goals. There's now a chance here for Walpole back up the field. Ormsby again challenges, and somehow it stays out. Ormsby playing it more like a hockey goalie, just coming out and trying to take the player out and just cutting the angle down. There's a lot more goal to shoot at, of course, in this sport. But Walpole, for the second time in the game, stopped on a break. And is Braintree able to clear it back ahead? Here's an opportunity for a chance on the outside, but not able to get that one across. And it goes out, and now it will be getting ready for Braintree to send this one in. Braintree with another shot, and this one is stopped. They're really starting to pester some shots. Substitution here for Braintree.
Let me in midfield.
It's the home side now moving it down the far side of the field with a 2-0 lead and 22 and a half minutes left. Far side of the field, Quintiliani dishes it back. And Braintree now gives it away. The Timberwolves really need something now. 21:50 remaining as this one spins towards goal, and Ormsby slides out and makes the save. And now Braintree up the field. Here's another scoring chance. In towards goal, they score! A 3-0 lead. And Braintree has blown it wide open. And this is a crazy sequence as Braintree has just taken full advantage here of this one. So Ranieri putting in the goal for Braintree to make it a 3-0 advantage, and the home team has blown it wide open. And Braintree is at that threshold now. Kind of had a sense that the floodgates may open once one went in, but obviously that was a questionable goal back early in the first half, and now Braintree's trying to make sure that there is no question here. Connors coming in with another two-handed shove. We've seen multiple Walpole players getting physical in this game, as now it's Quintiliani firing a shot, and that one stopped. Braintree really starting to sense blood in the water here. Looking up ahead of the pack. Braintree slides it out for Nugent. Nugent looking ahead, and Braintree again. He has a chance, and this shot goes wide. And Ranieri just continuing to get chance after chance here in this second half. She has been that go-to weapon here the last 10 minutes. That's Braintree back ahead. This one takes a big bounce over the keeper, and that was fortunate. The goalie was not expecting that big bounce, but here on the turf, that one nearly turned into a devastating sequence for the goalie, which would have been goal number 4 and obviously the put-away goal. I think we've already hit that mark as it is with 19 and a half minutes remaining. Already a 3-0 Braintree lead, and this game has certainly favored Braintree almost the entire way. Walpole, though, in this game, they haven't scored, but they've had 2 basically breakaways that Braintree was somehow able to get a save on. That's pretty rare in this sport to see a save on a breakaway. Braintree makes a change here as Ranieri checks back in. Thrown down the sideline, and this one stays inbounds. Played middle. And headed forward. Chip right back up the field. Long run for it, as Walpole just elects to clear it out of bounds with no real traffic behind him. And down 3 goals, that really wasn't a smart decision. All right, she sends it inside the 18, trying to get a good bounce in their favor. And now it is free for a clearing opportunity. Braintree, though, gets players involved and takes it away. Rotundo chips it back down the field, and Ranieri's been tired, running all over the field. Lets that one go out of bounds. And Walpole now wants a timeout with 17:58 to go in this one, as Braintree with 2 second-half goals, and Ranieri has given Braintree a sizable advantage now as we head towards home with 17:58 to go in this one. Braintree leading 3-0. Play resuming here with 17:58 to go. After the Walpole timeout, Braintree has really brought the play to him. And the Timberwolves now running out of steam. You certainly feel that the air has come out of the perpetual balloon. But this is a much different way around than the first meeting where they tied in a 1-1 game. Braintree now with a 3-0 advantage here on their home field. As this one is muscled up the field, and the pass does go a little bit behind the intended player. Trying to use their speed up the field as Braintree is able to block that crossing pass. The defense as this one's forced back out just shy of midfield. Trying to cross, and now it takes a deflection as Braintree will clear it away. Looking to work it down the sideline as Braintree has something going here. Going after it again is Ranieri, who's been a pest against the Walpole defense, especially here in the second half. Back down the field again, and here is Ranieri again. Looking to go to Sister as the shot from Maya is stopped. So Michaela and Maya trying to combine. Kelly jumping up into the play. Braintree defense hasn't been all that busy here in the second half. Now looking for a shot, and this one is going to go wide. Just 15 minutes left now in this one. All Braintree, 3-0 lead. This one finds its way to an open player. Trying to head it forward is Ranieri, and then the ball chipped up another 15 yards before Rotundo gets a header on that one. Little cut back. Braintree just getting everywhere on the field as finally it's Walpole able to get to it. Their strategy of trying to create offense just really to slam the ball down the field and hope that a player can run it down. And now Braintree again. Here's the opportunity is Ranieri again involved and almost gets another goal. Braintree just continuing to press for more, even with the 3-0 lead. It looks like the hungrier team still is fighting for more. If the game ends this way, this would be a very positive result for the home team here on their senior night. I think Walpole knows that they got a good result the last time the two teams met, but Braintree in a much different spot than they were about a month ago. And they moved all the way up to number 6 as far as rankings go in Massachusetts. One deflects towards the sideline. And Braintree is knocked down, and they will get a free kick. The physical play continues. We haven't seen a yellow card in this one. You got to imagine at some point there's got to be a threshold. And now Braintree commits the foul, and can't really say I blame Braintree. I mean, how many times are they going to get knocked down without retaliating? I know you're winning 3-0, but still. Can't keep taking this kind of contact. And a lot of the times it's the team that is trailing that ends up going out of frustration to commit those fouls. Ranieri trying to flick that one forward for Rotundo, who was making a rush down the near sideline. And now to the outside it goes. Nice pass. As this one is sent to the sideline and out of bounds. Thrown in by Clawher. Gets plenty on that one as it's sent back to the sideline and out of bounds. Archie can really put this one in a good spot if they want it. Clawher has a good throw in. Comes back and now Nugent strikes. Nugent scores! Oh, what a goal from Nugent. That one kind of came out of nowhere, and she shot that one perfectly. On a low-footed shot to the back post. And Braintree has blown it wide open with 11:27 to go in this one. A 4-0 lead and another senior with another goal. Nugent hasn't scored as many goals as I think one would have thought here during the course of the season, but coming towards playoff time is when they're going to matter most. Regular season stats are only going to hold true, but different players come alive in postseason play. Braintree has a handful of them on their team that can get the job done. They made such a great push last year before losing in penalty kicks to Brookline and what could have been one of the biggest upsets in that tournament. With 10:40 to go, the home side has scored 3 goals here in the second half. Chip towards the back post. Ormsby has to go over her head and then able to grab it. Walpole player getting knocked down in the process. Looks like Braintree's going to be getting some of those seniors back onto the field in a moment. The start of this one. Ranieri trying to stay with the play as it's deflected back towards the sideline. Dever looking like she wants to get back in this game. Towards the corner flag as this one's deflected, and it will be a Braintree ball. Ranieri coming off the field. As this one towards the keeper and deflected just wide. That one almost snuck in short side. And it looks like we're going to see another corner kick. With just 8.5 minutes left, Braintree in no rush.
Dave, corner kick from your side.
Low line drive off the corner as Matheny bends this one in, deflects back, and here's the shot that goes just wide. As Clawher coming over really released that one with quite a bit of velocity on it. As Braintree going back to the bench as Gravel will enter again. Another one of those 9 seniors getting a chance to finish this one off. Braintree starting to pull out their starters here in a 4-0 contest with 7:50 to go. That one deflects to the far side. A throw in for Walpole has been thoroughly outplayed in the second half. First half could have gone in either direction. Obviously kind of a weird goal that was given up, but here in the second half it's been all Braintree. There's no question there. One goal was not going to be all Braintree wanted today. Good defense by Braintree. And here is Dever going down the sideline as Rotundo now has that one deflect back in the direction of Dever. And another throw up coming from Clawher. Up ahead, that's a perfect throw. Right on target for Rotundo. Cuts it back. Sends it across with the right foot. Oh, that's a good ball as Dever had a chance inside the 18 to send it home. Clawher battles through. Mazzini cuts back with it. And no shot was taken. Towards the sideline it goes. Braintree right back down the sideline, and here they go again. Play is inbounds and onside. Clawher could not release the pass or shot as it deflects. Actually make that Rotundo. Clawher now set to throw it in. Just over 6 minutes left in this one. Braintree with a 3-goal second half, have a 4-goal lead now. This one's deflected, sent middle. Braintree was trying to go back to the middle of the 18. To the far side it goes. And finally out of bounds. Final 5.5 minutes. This one has turned one-sided. One of Braintree's better 80-minute efforts of the season. Of course, on an emotional night, here at senior night, sometimes the emotions can get the better of you, and that may have been a little bit of the case early, but Braintree had very quickly settled in and now lead 4-0. As they look for a shutout, it will not be Whalen who will get the shutout today, which is the customary goalie for Braintree, but yet Ormsby, who's played very, very well in goal. Obviously not a goalie that has seen much action this season, but one here in the senior night game going to get the chance. As Braintree sends it back down. And back down the field it goes, and Dever. As that one cleared out of bounds, we're under 5 minutes left. And Braintree is going to take a timeout here, as we are in a 4-0 game with a timeout on the field. Braintree in cruise control of this one, as we'll finish our live stream in a moment. Coming back from the timeout, Braintree sends this one in and almost gets a generous bounce. Chipped ahead by Nugent. Now looking ahead and trying to get it over to Dever, who's been looking for a shot on goal. Far side of the field. Braintree able to chip it out to the 40. They look for that next touch. Players tumble down. Braintree touches it away. And it is cleared back out as far as midfield, where Walpole jumps in front of the pile. And Braintree escapes with the ball. Back down the sideline they go with it. Long pass up the field, and this one is going to be worked back out. Chipped ahead and to the keeper as McMahon will send it out. Not much time left. Just waiting for the final whistle. Ball still in bounce. Multiple Braintree players in there. Braintree taking their time. And one last substitution as Francis comes in and Nugent comes out. Sent back out as far as midfield. Braintree wins the ball in the air. Ranieri looking to send it ahead. Has that one pop back to her. Gets the ball in return. And Kelly on the far side. Nice little touch pass. Braintree toying a little bit here with the defense. Couple of nice passes. Back in as Dever headed in the wrong direction. Can't be much more than a minute left. Just waiting for that final whistle to end this one on senior night. Braintree's going to get their 7th win of the season to move them to 7-3-5 as the shot taken and an easy save. And that'll do it. Here at Alumni Stadium, here on senior night, Braintree with a convincing 4-0 victory. A shutout for Ormsby, who got the start as one of the 9 Braintree seniors recognized prior to today's contest. But it was a real Braintree effort today. Didn't have a great first half, but they certainly had a good second half. And Braintree with 3 goals in the second half. Ranieri getting the offense started. And Braintree getting some late goals to add on. But a very impressive win. Braintree's 7th of the season. Again, that 7th win of the year. A big one here for Braintree, who is ranked at number 6 heading into today's game. And hoping to move up inside of the top 5 as we near postseason play. Not much more than a week left in the regular season, as that'll conclude our live stream broadcast here today of Braintree soccer here today against Walpole. So that'll conclude our coverage. Thank you for watching our live stream broadcast here today of Braintree soccer. On behalf of our crew here at PCAM TV, I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next time.